You've hit the ground running this season. What do you put it down to?
I've just put it down to gelling the lads together, getting the togetherness and the spirit right in the squad. When we took over at the end of last season, we lost a lot of players through obviously going to other clubs and stuff that was with the other management. And then the lads that we introduced last season, we've kept them together for the start of this season. Added a few more lads with it, and we've just built the lads together. And we've got a winning mentality throughout the squad, and that's basically it. We've just instilled that winning mentality with the lads, and the lads have all bought into what we're after and what we want. And everything seems to be paying off at the minute. Yeah,
it definitely seems to be that way. And obviously, given the status or the tier that you play in, it's quite hard to keep players, whether it's work commitments or other things. So it shows the togetherness of the group.
Yeah, the togetherness is phenomenal. I don't know if you might have saw yesterday's game. The spirit that they've got in the camp and the way they stick together throughout everything. Yesterday's game turned into a bit of a battle, really, but they all stuck together and they all shone through in the end.
I was going to say it was quite a physical game. Is that quite normal at this tier of football?
It's up and down, but I think the way we like to play football, I think it's gone round the clubs in our league of the style we like to play, and we've noticed the last 3 or 4 weeks. Teams are tending to try and kick us off the park, to try and put us off our game, I suppose. It's the lads have dealt with everything that's been throughout them, and they're not afraid of a physical challenge. They can't play their normal game, but accept any challenge that's put in front of them.
So tell us a bit about your history in football. Then, have you previously managed anywhere else?
I've managed kids teams coming through. I've not managed at this level that we're at now. I've managed kids teams and I've managed open age teams before, but not at this level that we're at now. This is my first taste of management at this level. I've managed at reserve level. No, like I say, this is the first taste at this level.
So are you enjoying it so far then? Obviously it comes with a lot of responsibility, and given you start to the season, you've got high expectations and you'll want to maintain that, won't you? And hopefully get promoted.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. We started off the season after the end that we had to last season, and we knew what we had in the squad and what we needed to add to the squad. Our aim was to stabilise us as a group and as a club, and maybe finish in the top 6 or 7. But the start that we've had to the season, them thoughts have changed, and it's all about promotion now. Even challenging to win the league. We had Phil Cooper that was in charge, and then he resigned and left. A few players went with him. A few players just went to other clubs because he had a few weeks out before he went to Rochdale Sacred Heart. And then his assistant, Dave Pollard, took over. I think he only lasted maybe 4 weeks in the job, and then he resigned. So last season, the last 2 months of last season, myself and Gavin Affleck, who's my assistant, we was running the first team and the reserves. We was doing both teams last 2 months of last season. So it was just a challenge that we got asked, do we fancy it? And we said, yeah, we grabbed it with both hands. Shame that some of the players that left because of the upheaval in the club with the managers leaving and stuff, because some of the lads that were left were really good players. We introduced our own players and we introduced our own methods, and like I said, the players have bought into it and it seems to be paying off.
Yeah, certainly does. So you're working your magic at the moment, but the volunteers also play their part, and one thing I've noticed is that you had a small group of supporters yesterday called themselves the Ultras. How much do they influence the game? Are they good for the lads? Do you think that they do inspire them to put in a better performance?
Yeah, I do. I mean, the blokes and women that work hard off the pitch, like you say, in the bar and cleaners and helping us out second to none. We can't fault them. They're brilliant. But the young ultras, like you say, group of about 15 lads, they're brilliant because they get the atmosphere around the place going. The opposition's players have even commented at how good it is and that they'd like to see at their own clubs. And it's brilliant for me, for non-league football, grassroots football. You got getting these young lads that are coming and taking part and being part of a local club, local lads at local clubs. It's brilliant.
Yeah, definitely. Is there a long-term plan in place for yourself and the club in general? Because when I was speaking to Cooper, he was saying that he had a long-term plan, but unfortunately, sometimes it don't work out that way. Do you have a long-term vision in place?
Well, what we've just spoke about over the next 2 to 3 years when we first took over. The next 2 to 3 year plan was just to stabilise the club, get a good group of lads together, and build on that. But like I say, the lads that we've got together have turned things around quicker than what we thought. So the thoughts have changed from building this season to have a go at promotion next season. I've changed from having a go at promotion this season, and then we'll see where we go if we get promoted into the Premier League for next season, because obviously after that you're into North West County level, and things around the club and developments and stuff have to change to go up to that level. But it's all about it's the thoughts that we've got. It's what we want. It's just whether we as a club can grow to that stature.
Yeah, definitely. And
that's the target.
And what I was going to say, one of the good things about this level of football is you can pretty much sign anyone when you want. Will that help you, do you think, moving forward in case you get some injuries? Will you be looking to strengthen the squad in certain areas, or are you pretty much happy with what you got?
No, at the minute we're happy with what we've got. We started off the season really well. We had obviously the lads on holiday and stuff like that, but then the core of the lads that we had together, we went through a sticky patch about 4 weeks ago. Where we drew a couple of games and lost a couple of games. So we had like 6 lads out injured. But what we said we was happy with the core of the 22 lads that we've got, and we didn't want to just be bringing lads in willy-nilly and building the squad up to then be letting lads down and letting lads, releasing lads to go to other clubs. Right, and we just wanted to stick and work with the core of the lads that we had. So that's, as far as we're concerned at the minute, that's the way we're going to go. We're just going to work with the lads that we've got, the 22 lads that we've got in the squad, and see where we go from there.
Brilliant stuff. And of course, next weekend you've got Malpas. It's another home game. How important are these home games to yourself? Do you think it favours you to be at home? Because it looks like you've got quite a nice pitch, to be honest, given all the rain that we've had recently.
Yeah. The committee have done a lot of work off the field, on the pitch during the pre-season. And up to now, touch wood, it's paying dividends and we're getting games in. But the pitch that we've got, I'd say, like you say, it looks good. It's probably one of the best in the Cheshire League at the moment. We just hope that the weather's kind to us over the next few weeks so we can get games in. So I think we've played over 50% of the games already, which is brilliant for this part of the season.
Yeah, certainly is. So, if anyone's listening to this interview and maybe wants to come and trial for the club, is that available? Is that open to them, or do they have to contact you directly or something like that?
No, it's available to them. If they just go on Twitter, they can contact the club on Twitter, or they can contact myself on Twitter, and then I'll just get in touch with them, and they can come down to training. We'll have a chat and see where things go, see what experience they've got, see if they're any good to ourselves or whether they're good to the reserves, and build things up that way. The reserves are a young side with a couple of older experienced heads in, so we're always looking at developing youth. So hopefully they one day reach into the first team and go and play at a higher level.
Brilliant stuff. I was going to add to that, obviously with the reserve team you've got, is there a natural pathway into the first team? Can you see yourself picking a group of players from the reserves and bringing them into the first team to get that senior experience?
Yeah, as it stands now, you've probably got at least 50%, maybe 60% of the reserve team that are all 16, 17-year-old lads. And they all know, after I've spoke to them, they all know that there's a pathway there. They just come out of youth level football. So now they've got a couple of years to get under the belt at reserve level football, getting used to the physicality side of things, and then the pathways there to get into the first team and hopefully progress to the next level.
Brilliant stuff. And off the pitch, you've got the social club. Is that open throughout the week if anyone wants to, say, watch a game of football on the TV? Because obviously revenue, selling beer, selling food and stuff like that is massive for a club of your stature. So, yeah, is it open through the week, do you know? It's
not open through the week as yet. But the committee members are working on different things with the licensing and stuff to be able to get ourselves in that position. So we can open through the week, but as it stands now, it's not open through the week. It's only open on a match day.